Keller.
Tessa.
Good morning. Welcome to White River Buddhist Temple. Today is our Obon Hatsubon service. I'm Kelsey, your chair for today. We will start with Sambujo on page 22, followed by the Hyo Byakumon, read by Reverend Yasaki, and followed by our sutra chanting Busetsu Amida Kyo on pages 53 to 55. And at this time, during the chanting of Amida Kyo, the Hatsubon families can come up and offer incense.
Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together in Gassho, or bow your head in contemplation and respect? As we say together, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Annox. Namo Annox. Namo Annox. On this occasion of Obon, which symbolizes the joy of liberation from one's karmic ignorance and foolishness, we have gathered here this morning to express our gratitude to all things and beings which make our lives possible. In our recognition of the interdependence and impermanence of all life, we are made to see the preciousness and righteousness of everyone, who in their own special way manifest a unique color and light. In the spirit of Obon, let us reflect upon our own mistaken notion of self that leads to unhappiness and misery, and begin to radiate warmth and understanding towards others surrounding us, so that we may discover a deeper understanding and greater sense of fulfillment in our lives. In this moment, we also remember our loved ones who returned to the land of the Buddha from the time of last Obon to this Obon. In this moment, we express our love, respect, and gratitude, and may we endeavor to listen to their voiceless voice, urging us to entrust ourselves in the primal vow. 称号武者者理本異国上主従奇妙座敷市長羅国弱法務者理下領便が愚名市長中総長通夜六時水和下音五年長高今後力式母大部発祥道部行政東方合同修上門税恩人開新年仏年法年祖社理本業門医師長人税財宝少々消費者が非部国土無産幕衆社理本公文国土宗門三幕土神明家業人税小州長財税阿弥陀仏抑量法温泉変化少佐社理本非部国土未付水道小法五十流法羅網水未明非行百千十角同時草門税恩者開示年上年仏年法年少子子社理本公文国土上重尿税功徳称号 If you could please turn to page 60 as we end with Nembutsu and Ekoku, Ganishi Kudoku. Nama Namu Nama Namu Nama Namu Nama Namu Nama Can I ask everyone to please once again put your palms together in gassho or bow your head in contemplation and respect as we say together once again, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.
We will next have Oshoko by Temple Representatives, Adult Buddhist Association. Buddhist Women's Association. and the Temple Board of Trustees. Next, please rise if you're able to read the three treasures on page 3. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagatha's teaching. And please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda. Please, I guess, stay standing, but also our Shirakawa strummers are going to come to the front, and we can all sing together Gatha, Season of Obon, on page 122 of the White Book. all please be seated? Thank you, Shirakawa Strummers. It's always a pleasure to hear you play. Next, we will have a Dharma message from Reverend Yasaki.
Can I ask everyone to please put your palms together and gasho, bow your head in contemplation and respect, as I read these words from the larger sutra. The Buddha land is overspread by countless jeweled nets, entirely decorated with gold lace, pearls, and 100,000 kinds of rare and precious treasure. Extending everywhere in the four directions of the land, the nets are hung from jeweled bells that shine brightly with utmost splendor. When the breezes waft through the nets and among the jeweled trees, they produce countless wondrous sounds of the Dharma and spread thousands of elegant and sublime fragrances all around. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Hello, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful week, and thank you for those who came out to support Seattle Betsuin with their Obon. And if you missed it, today is the last day. So if you have time, and if I would say also the energy, because it's getting hot, it's very humid out there. Please support Seattle Betsuin. And what's nice is that their hondo, which has been closed for the past 2 years because of the arson fire, it has been reopened. And so you can see their new altar. And so it's always nice to, even if it was not new and refurbished, you know, it's always nice to go visit another temple and support them because they support us during our Obon. So, and speaking of Obon, we are having today, or observing today, our Hatsubon service, our first Obon since a loved one has passed. And even though there are 6 names up here, these are the 6 names that the temple has done services for. Every single one of us has lost someone or knows someone who lost someone. So the fact that we are all, technically this is a Hatsubon for each and every one of us in a way, is very important. Because we forget that death is universal. And even though Obon is meant to be very lively, it is also important for us to remember the sad part of that. And so today I took a section from the larger sutra, and I wanted to talk today about there's these jeweled nets that are supposed to be hanging in Amida Buddha's Pure Land. So Amida Buddha is the Buddha in the center of our altar, the Buddha of immeasurable light and infinite light, the Buddha of infinite wisdom and compassion. And according to the larger sutra, which was supposedly said by Shakyamuni Buddha, the historical Buddha who lived in what was then India 2,500 years ago, says that there are these jeweled nets hanging in the sky. And these nets spread everywhere throughout the land. They not only reflect the light in that land, but when the breezes blow through these bells, they make noises and sounds of the Dharma, as well as spread fragrances. And I was thinking about this because I know I write some bad articles in the newsletter, but I was hoping that this month I talked about the chochin, the lanterns that we hang up above during Obon when we're dancing. And technically, these are chochin up here as well. They're just like lanterns with lights that we usually put up for the Obon season. And for me, in the article, I wrote how the chochin have been a childhood memory of mine when I've done Obon since a child. And more specifically, it's the light of the lanterns when after sunset, it has this glow. And you could see it being blown in the breeze occasionally. And when they do, the lights shimmer in a way. And it made me think of these jeweled nets. And true, lanterns are not the same as jeweled bells hanging in nets, but it made me think that as Obon is the time when our ancestors / loved ones are supposed to come back from the Pure Land to be with us while we eat, drink, and dance the night away. The lights, which encourage our loved ones / ancestors to come to us, to be with us during Obon, also shimmer like those bells, hopefully. And if we were very silent, we would be able to hear the breeze going through those lanterns. And it made me also think that those can be understood as our ancestors talking to us, being with us, the sounds of the Dharma. When I know each and every one of us has had a loss in our lives. When we lose someone, we are saddened because they are no longer here physically. But in our tradition, it is understood that those who pass, they are immediately born in Amida Buddha's Pure Land, immediately become Buddha, and then immediately return back to this land in many different forms to be with us during that sadness. And then as the days get a tiny bit better, they are still with us during the happy times. And Obon is that time for us to be sad because we miss them. They were here physically last year, but they're not anymore. But we can be happy because as we go on through the day, as we are at Obon, I am pretty sure that each and every one of us can hear a sound, can see the lights of the Chochin. And think on the fact that our loved ones are still here with us. Again, in a different form. As Buddha, they are formless form. They take on many forms. And so, in a way, They can take on the form of the chochin, the lanterns with lights. Because, as I remember it, as a child, you would dance and stay out until the chochin lights would be, someone would turn off the lights. Sorry, my English was not very good in my head during that time. But, right, we would stay out. I remember staying out until those lights disappeared. And of course, there was sadness. Not only because, Obon for the day was finished, but in a way, maybe when I was small, I understood this was also the time when our loved ones would go back to the Pure Land, quote unquote. But as a minister, I understand now that that sadness is okay to have. And in that sadness, our loved ones are still with us, continuously talking to us in the different sounds and the different sights around us. And according to our school of Buddhism, they are constantly saying, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha, to encourage us to also listen to the Dharma, to also listen to the words of the Buddha. Because they too have heard these sounds, seen these lights, and all they could say at that time was Namo Amida Butsu. I am grateful. I am grateful. So as we are volunteering next week, I hope. Again, don't overwork yourself, but hopefully we're each able to have some time, whether safely around the booth or out in the out dancing. I hope each and every one of us reflects on those chochin, on those lights. See those lights, listen to the sounds of the Obon, and be happy, but also it's okay to be a bit sad, because each and every one of us are using this time to be supported, not only by the community, but also by the Dharma, also by the words of the Buddha. So as I end this Hatsubon message, I would like us, as we get ready for our Obon next week, to think on our loved ones. Think on those who have passed. And please feel free to say, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. So in closing, can I ask us to please put our palms together in Gasho, or bow our head in contemplation and respect, as we think upon and say, Namo Amida Butsu, I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo.
Thank you, Reverend Cindy, for your Dharma message today. We will next have Gatha Ondoku-san 2 on page 153. Please rise if you are able. Next, please turn to page 8 for the reading of the Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. The Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. Realizing enlightenment is assured, and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively, understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection. I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Please be seated. Are there any first-time visitors? And if not, there's a billion announcements. Tessa?
Hello, everyone. If you have not signed up for a volunteer position or don't have a spot, you can there's still time to sign up. But I appreciate all those who've put in effort and helping the whole temple put Obon together. So thank you. And also, what's important to take care of the volunteers is the break room. So if you can contribute a dish, there's a sign-up sheet in the back bulletin board. And I feel like there's more, but it's falling through the cracks. So, but please enjoy yourself too during Obon. So thank you.
The BWA has a sign-up sheet on the back bulletin board, and we are sponsoring a trip to the Wing Luke Museum in Seattle. So it will be on the second Saturday in August, which is, I believe, August 8th. So if you're available, please go ahead and sign up on the bulletin board, and we'll have more details a little bit later. Thank you.
Just adding a couple of things to the Obon list here for Tessa. We will have, our merchandise is here, and it's available, and it's for sale. So we're, if you want to beat the rush during the practices or at Obon, now is a great time to get it. We'll be selling it in the back as well. Hats are 25, totes are 20, and stickers are 3. And then there's a dance practice on Tuesday. And so, but it's going to be great because Minyo Kai, I think, is joining us on Tuesday. So that's like the live band. They're going to do some practice with us. And then I think we're going to be testing out some shade ice as well. So join us on Tuesday. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be great.
One more Obon and Bondori announced. After the general meeting, we will be moving equipment and things out of the garage. So for those who are able, we can use all the help. Hopefully, it shouldn't take that long, but It's moving floor panels and tables and some other equipment out of the garage and get it staged over here.
Oh yeah. So in the back, there's some art that's just kind of randomly scattered, but it's for the silent art auction that we're trying to put together for Obon. So if you haven't peeked, there's some cool pieces, and you'll recognize a cat there too. So I believe we're still trying to figure out its name, right, Louise? Yeah, and it's really well done, you know, painted. So Louise painted it. So you guys have to check out the cat.
Also, there is a puzzle library now. I think it's a donation from the Yamada family. So if you're interested in puzzles, take a look. Then there's also a lost and found collection of items back there too. So if you think you've lost something, go check it out. Or if you want to go shopping, no. Otherwise, there is a journal meeting after service also, so don't leave. And in closing, will everybody please join me in Gasho as we read our closing words? My life is not only my life, but also the life of others' sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you for joining our service today, and please Oshoko if you have not already.
There are a few snacks back in the back table if you want to grab something before our meeting.